Are you tired of shoulder pain holding you back? If you are struggling with shoulder pain, you are not alone. In this video, I will share with you the massage technique that I use for shoulder pain. Hi, welcome to Stress Out Stress Free. If you haven't met yet, my name is Vincent Moon, where I help people like you stay stress free by changing one habit at a time. Today's topic is going to be on the shoulder pain of the shoulder pain fix. Okay, how many of you have shoulder pain before, or is having shoulder pain, or had shoulder pain, or somewhere down the line you have shoulder pain? Put in the chat, let me know. And what do you do with shoulder pain? What do you do? What do you do to relieve your shoulder pain? Let me know in the chat. Okay. Shoulder pain doesn't have to be constant struggle. There are many ways in which a person can hurt their shoulder or experience shoulder pain. Some of the most common causes are overuse of muscle repetitive motion, such as playing tennis, throwing a ball, can lead to shoulder pain. Also, dislocation, or sometimes you get dislocated. The shoulder occurs when your upper arm bone pops out of the socket in the shoulder blade. And also, you get fractures are also of sometimes a fall or a blow to the shoulder can cause fracture in the arm bone that cause shoulder pain. Rotator cuff tears too are one of shoulder pain that is when the rotator cuff is a group of tendons and muscles that stabilize the shoulder when it's tear due to overuse or injury or degeneration. Bursitis can also cause shoulder pain. That's when there's inflammation in the bursa, and it will cause discomfort and pain. Tendonitis inflammation is one of the cause of shoulder pain too, and it's from overuse and injury. Of course, frozen shoulder is not unusual because it occurs when the shoulder joint becomes stiff and become difficult moving and causing the pain and discomfort. Let's now look at the cause and the muscles involved. Right? Let's look at the cause and the muscles involved. For muscle inflammation, usually muscle inflammation is caused by injury, overuse, or infection. And it happens on your rotator cuff. Rotator cuff is basically a group of muscles and tendons that surround the shoulder joint. So basically, this is shoulder joint, right? It's all the muscle that are around it. And that's to keep the head of the arm and the bone firmly so that within the shallow socket of the shoulder. Okay. Muscle inflammation, of course, is caused by injuries, overuse, and infection. Then we have muscle knots. Muscle knots are due to injuries, overuse, and muscle tension. If you realize that most of them are overuse of the muscles, pretty much caused by overuse of the muscle. So what this does is this restrict movement in your shoulder, so it's hard to move your shoulder, right? And it's usually caused from the rotator cuff, the deltoid muscle. The deltoid muscle is this piece right here. Let me just show you deltoid muscle. Let's pop this out here. Actually, the front will be better. Front muscle will be better. Okay, the deltoid muscle is, we have the front deltoid and also the back deltoid. So we have the deltoid muscle is basically the patch of muscle that goes right on the corner of the shoulder, pop right here. So you have anterior deltoid, and then you have posterior deltoid, and then middle deltoid right in the middle. Okay. Let's put that away. Deltoid muscle and the trapezius muscle is muscle the back. This is your trap muscle here, and then trap muscle here. that may be affected by the nuts. Let's move on to muscle tension. Muscle tension is caused by stress and anxiety, and basically is the overuse of is the anxiety, and is of course of course also is overuse, and it causes pain and restricted movement. Once again, it's also muscles on the rotator cuff, deltoid muscle, the traps muscle, and the levator scapula. Levator scapula is the muscles that let's show you here. Levator scapula. It's right here. The muscle is right here. Levator scapula. Okay, this one here is your rhomboid. This is your levator scapula, directly on the shoulder blade to the neck. So that's how it causes the tension on the shoulder. All right, let me just leave that there. So muscle strain is overuse of or overloading the muscle of the shoulder, and that causes the strain. And the muscle fiber becomes all stretched out and sometimes be torn too. So basically, this is performing a repetitive motion or lifting heavy object, and it happens around rotator cuff muscles, the supraspinatus, infraspinatus, teres minor, and subscapular. Basically, all the muscles in here. All right, and of course, all the bicep muscle that's attached to the strain. So here and also up here, the muscle here. Okay, and then next we have muscle tightness. Muscle tightness also due to injuries, overuse, or poor posture. If you hunch this way, it creates tightness in your shoulder. And of course, when it's tightness in the shoulder, it causes restricted movement, right? And this involves the rotator cuff muscles again, all these muscles here, right? And the pec muscle, pec minor. Pec minor is, let me just show you, pec minor is in front of the chest muscle. Just take that away. Pec major, pec minor is inside, pec major is out here, okay? This is basically it's the chest muscle, but it's inside. It's in the inside layer right here. All right. That's the effect. That's how it becomes tight. Then we have muscle tear. Muscle tear occurs when overuse, injury, and degeneration. This will impair the function of your shoulder. Muscle tear is usually again on a deltoid muscle. There's this muscle here, the outside muscle, and deltoid muscle, and can you cause impaired function again. Okay. Next, we move to frozen shoulder. Frozen shoulder is the condition where it's the condition where it's due to injuries or overuse or a disease, and it can cause pain, stiffness, and muscle weakness, and shoulder due to tightness and or inflammation. And frozen shoulder also cause also the muscle involved in the frozen shoulder is the rotator cuff, deltoid muscle again, and the shoulder muscles that may affect by the frozen shoulders. Okay. All right. So now that we know the causes and then the muscles that involve, what do we have to do? How do we need to do, or what do we need to do to protect the prevent this muscle pain, right? Number one, of course, always say that again, and now I'm going to say that again, maintain a good posture. And meanwhile, when it's good standing posture and sitting posture, and also we're going to add this time sleeping posture. Make sure you sleep properly, you use proper pillow so that you can lift your head up proper, and you will not hurt your neck when you're sleeping. Of course, don't forget, when you sit, no slouching. Sit properly. Make sure you find a good chair, and a good chair and make sure it's good height for your desk so that you won't slouch or lean forward. That's the posture. And next one is strengthening exercise. Strengthening exercise can prevent you from pain and improve the stability and strengthen the joints. This includes shoulder press, lateral raise, and also pull-ups. Or you can just do shoulder press. You can just do wall push up on the wall. Basically, just go on the wall, put your leg out backwards a little bit, and then you do push up on the wall to open up the chest and the shoulder. Of course, we have to avoid overusing shoulder through repetitive movement. If you need to be sitting down, make sure you get up and walk about 1 or 2 minutes, walk around and to stretch, and always take a regular break so that you will not put too much too much stress on the shoulder. Okay, basically simple. Just get up and stretch, move your shoulder, move your hand a little bit. Stay away. Move away from your desk or move away from your working station. Whatever you're doing, just move away, and that will help you refocus and relax. Of course, then we have good sleeping habits. Make sure you sleep properly. Make sure you sleep on time and wake up on time. Make sure don't burn midnight oil. Basically, don't sleep past over your bedtime, and make sure you get 7 to 9 hours of sleep every day. Even weekends, make sure you get out at the same time. You go to bed at the same time, you get up at the same time. And of course, you need to make sure that your mattress is comfortable enough, your room environment temperature is nice enough and dark enough. And I found that when the room is dark, really dark, you can sleep really well. I found that when we went to cruise end of last year, and this time we didn't get a cabin with a window, so that was perfect. Everything is so dark, pitch dark, and we slept right through. And with my wife and I was like, we haven't get so much sleep before because of the darkness, and it's so comfortable. Okay, all right. So basically, this is the prevention techniques, and what I'm going to show you now is I'm going to show you the technique that I used for my massage my shoulder, because what happens these few days, I have pain on my shoulder. And let me just show you. I have it right here on this part here, on the joint. And when I move my hands, or when I try to lift up my hands, I have pain over here and also up here on top of my shoulder, and by the blade itself, somewhere down this way here, down here. Let me just point it for you. Somewhere down here, close to the blade area. Maybe it's could be this levator muscle, and on this side there's the tendon here and over here. And when I move, this part here hurts too, because I cannot, like right now, I cannot lift my hand up. If you look at the back here, I cannot lift as high as I can. If I do my right hand, I can just go up, see how far I can go. And this one is like, maybe, I need another go up a little bit more, like such. So that's a stretch that puts pressure on the pecs in front too. So what I want to show you is simple massage technique that I use, or that's how I normally use. Okay, right. So tightness is here. You want to just use your finger pads. Always use finger pads. It's nice and soft, so it's easier to kind of dig into. So I'm gonna use my finger pad, put right there on the tight spot, and dig into it. Wait, let me see. Okay, right here, that's the tight spot. I'm putting pressure on it, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna lift my arm up a little bit. When I lift my arm up, I can feel that the muscle. I'm putting pressure on the muscle itself, and is working on the muscle. Okay, so I'm trying to get in. It's a whole big area right here. right there. Right there, the whole big area there. Okay. And also slightly up this way. Okay. So I'm gonna put my all my fingers there to cover, make sure I cover up the oh the tight area. And now that I have that area covered up, I'm gonna do movements to um, dig into the muscle instead of me massaging it. It's gonna create maybe might cause my hands to cramp. But what I'm doing is I'm just putting pressure on that area and then make movements that to move that area, that particular the muscles of the on that area. And what I'm doing is, if you let's show you here, if you if there's tightness, right? Let's say this is the knot, right? When you put pressure on it, and then when you do movement to when you do pressure, if there's a knot here, when you put pressure on it and when you put movement to it, it will help like loosen up. It will help break down the tightness of the knot. So basically, if you have a let's see, basically you have this tight knot, right? Let's say this is tight knot. You put some pressure on it, then you start moving it. When you start moving it, it will slowly melt, and then that's how the muscle works. And that's how massage does. That's how when you do massage, it helps slowly, gently break down the tightness. Okay, let me just go back there and show you how we do it, how I do it. Okay, find that spot again, put pressure on that spot, and then start moving. Or I can just dig in and just go like this. But sometimes I might pull my right arm or the shoulder muscle underneath my arm, right? So just put some pressure on the pain area, the tightness area, and then start moving. You can move sideways, up, down, as long as you feel that when the muscle you press the spot, then you're pressing, you feel that there's movement on the area. That means it's help breaking down and relaxing softening that area. So let me just go. Okay, I'm gonna put a little more pressure because it's slightly deeper now. I can feel it. Okay, and we'll put more, and we'll move down a little bit to cover up that area. So move down a little bit because the whole area is pretty tight. We'll move, ouch, towards the blade. Okay, I don't know, maybe it's the way I slept or the way I'm sitting now too much, preparing for the show, doing research and preparing for the show, or just basically having this lack of exercise, I guess, or stretch. That could do it too. All right. Okay. As you see, my right hand is moving around the area because I feel tightness around the area. So now just moving around to loosen up the area. So what you want to do is you want to start was here, then I will move around here because the tightness, I can feel the tightness all over up here, right? So I can feel up the range and it's moving closer into the shoulder blade. All right, now I'm going to test down lower, close, mid shoulder down a little bit closer to the lower blade and the shoulder blade and see if there's any tightness there. Okay, so it was up here and then go down a little bit down to the blade. Okay, nothing there, but usually I think this whole part up here is on the blade area, not on the blade area, above the blade area. Okay, and it's right by this area here. So on the shoulder, the blade is right here, but it's not. It's between the shoulder and the blade. From the tip of the end of the shoulder to the middle of the shoulder. That's where the tightness is. Okay, so put pressure there, up again. Okay, I'm just moving my shoulder up, down, up, down. I can turn my arm backwards to get the muscle moving. No, that one is not good. Up, down is better. I can feel it right away. So what you want to do is position your finger to the tightness, and then you just move around to figure out if it's moving. If not, do actions that that will move that particular muscle. Okay. Back down here again, it's still pretty tight here. So what I'm doing is I'm going to go up. I'm going to do a bigger circle. I guess get deeper into the muscle. Okay, I'm going to do a cross, and then back, across, and then back to the normal, back normal, and then up, down, cross again, cross. I feel is working much better. I'm going to cross further. All right, cross more further, up, down. All right, so I can feel some relief. Let's see. Let me test and see if I can lift my hand up a little bit. Okay, yeah, much better now. So you can, before it's just right here and it was painful right now. I can just go up a little bit. I can still feel a little tension, but it's much better. Basically, that's all you need to do. Is basically just walk, just look for the tightness, right? And then put pressure on it, and then move around. Oh, okay, here is tight. Up here is tight too, so I'm going to move around. The more you move, the more the pressure you put pressure on it, and then the more you move, right? You will feel that the tension is losing up and less pain too. So if you think you can do stretch a little bit more further to release the tension, it will be better, right? So it depends on what's your pain tolerance is, or pain threshold is. So just have to know what your threshold is, and then you go from there. Okay. Now I'm gonna just go bigger circle. I can feel like it's losing up a lot. Okay. All right. I hope that if you have shoulder pain, you're doing that with me, or you just just practice and see the difference. Okay. Now I'm gonna just go put my hand back up there again. Oh, okay. It's a little much better than before. Now that I can push a little bit up more, and then I can push a little bit up. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So it's much better than before. Before I was just down here, and I can feel the release here. And one more thing, if it's very painful in the beginning, you can also use moist heat. Moist heat is basically, you can, if you have a heat pad, that would be great. If you don't have a heat pad, just wet a towel. You get a face towel. Oh no, hand towel. Hand towel is bigger. So wet a hand towel, put it in the microwave for like maybe half a minute or so, and make sure it's not too hot, right? You don't want to burn yourself. So make it nice, warm and damp. You don't want to be too hot, then you can burn your skin. Just leave it there to soften the muscles. Or if you have a heat pad, I have a Poo-Pourri heat pad that I can throw in the microwave for a minute and a half, and then what I do is I just leave it on put it on the shoulder, on the tension area, put it on there to kind of like soften the muscle a little bit. And then after that, when you feel like your muscle is a little soft, then you can just put your hand there and just work on it. And that way you get more into the muscle, and you get a faster result. Okay? All right. So basically, that's all I have for today. Hopefully that will help. That helps. Let me just run down what are the causes of shoulder pain. And yeah, what are the causes of shoulder pain? And then, yeah, I'm going to just go down the causes of shoulder pain instead of the muscles that involve. Okay. So we have overuses of your muscles, repetitive repetitive motion, like playing tennis, throwing a ball, or you have a dislocation, you have fracture in your shoulder, you have rotator cuff tear, bursitis, tendonitis, muscle inflammation, muscle knots, muscle tightness, muscle tension, muscle strain, muscle tear, and frozen shoulder. So these are the causes and pains that you get from muscle pain, shoulder pain. And to prevent it, you want to maintain a good posture, sitting down, standing up, sleeping. Make sure you stretch stretch your shoulder, do some push-up, and take breaks. Stretching is very important, Also, you want to do strengthening muscle, sit-ups, shoulder press, pull-ups, okay? And of course, you want to avoid overusing your muscle. You want to take breaks. Also, again, you need to take breaks and switch tasks maybe. If you're using your hand too much, you want to do something that use your leg or something, or you want to do some other stuff before, or do some other tasks before you go back and do the same thing again. And when you sleep, make sure you have good sleeping habits. Make sure you're not putting weight on your shoulder. You have a proper pillow, a firm or comfortable mattress, so that it will not cause all this pain. All right, let me just go to the chat and see if you have any questions here. Still say that's good because you asked me how I'm doing. I'm saying doing good. Sleeping early is good. Yes. Sleeping early is always good because you need to sleep early to get the rest. Everybody needs their beauty rest. Everybody needs about 7 to 9 hours of sleep. If you're not doing that, you are hurting yourself, because when you sleep, it helps your body to regenerate, and the whole system itself take care of it. The whole body fixes itself by itself. The whole body fixes itself when you sleep. So all your organs and all your muscles and everything, they just start working and regenerate, and that's what happens when you sleep. All right. Loosen. Oh wait. Window is good. Though air. What do you mean, that air coming through the window? Okay, yeah, it's good. So that you sleep better, right? Yes. Of course, now we have winter time is not too good. It's too cold. And you might have cramps too if you leave the window open too long. If it's too cold and your leg is not covered or your hand is not covered, you might get cramps. Good to loosen arm too. Yes. When you work on the shoulder, of course, is why you work on the shoulder, because it's tight, right? When it's tight, then you need to loosen it up. When you loosen it up, now I can stretch. Okay, now I can put my hand up too. So that's great. Okay, I can stretch my hand to the back. That's pretty good, but still little pain. Oh, I didn't work on the front muscle here. It's just need to work a little bit on the front muscle, the pecs muscle. Then I will be able to stretch way back. Okay. Around the elbow. I'm sleeping earlier now. That's good. Yeah. You see the difference, right? Still, when you sleep early and wake up when 7 or 8 hours, 7, 8, 9 hours, you feel much better, right? Good. Instead of staying up late, hanging out, doing nothing, or go to sleep. Okay. Anything else? You have any more questions? Let me know. If not, I want to thank you very much for watching. And if you know someone that can, if you know that this is helpful for someone, please share it to them. And of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, please click the subscribe and click on the notification button so that whenever we go live, you can be notified. Okay. If you really, really like us, really like this, and you want to help support us, you can always go to right here, buymeacoffee.com/Vincent Woon to help support us. And if not, you can also go to Press and Soul / Stress Out Stress Free to check out our support us through our merchandise here, or you can go to the link below. Go to super thanks right there. So super chat right there. You can click on that and support us through that way too. If not, no problem. Just don't forget to give us a like, right? And I want to thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to stay stress-free by changing one habit at a time, and I see you in the next video. Yeah, still, yeah, no drinking too. That's good. Yeah, drinking alcohol doesn't help. And have to be home earlier now too. That's good. Yeah, stay home earlier. You get a good night's rest. It's better than hanging out. Okay, don't forget, you can contact me or get in touch with me at Stress Out Stress Free in Facebook, or Stress Out Stress Free in Instagram, and at Vincent Woon at Twitter, and also in LinkedIn. And you can always check out my shorts now. I've been popping up with shorts every day. Every day I've been doing the shorts, so check that out and support us through that way. To give us a like, share with somebody, and I see you in the next video.